gamers. Today we are back with episode number
4.
That's right, number 4. Whamen, how do you feel?
Stop.
Tell us a little bit about your journey. I'm gonna flex in your name. Whamen hit Plat 3 after
10 days.
10 days of playing.
So from Gold 2 to Plat 3 in 10 days, but I know I'm gonna drop all the way back to Plat 2, maybe a high Plat 1, and then I have to climb back up. It's the back and forth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my voice is gone because you made me laugh too much. But yeah, it's been a really cool thing.
I am funny, it's true.
I do feel myself being a lot better. I love the fact that I understand the game a little bit more, even though I still feel like a noob when we get past the 10-minute mark. But before the 10-minute mark, I understand some things.
You don't need to feel like a noob. You are a noob, so it's okay.
Okay.
I'm joking. She's doing really good, though. For 11 days.
What is the date? Yeah, now it's 11
Yeah, we
days.
started on 15th.
Yeah.
Now it's 26th.
Yeah, I hit Plat yesterday. Plat 3 yesterday. So.
People are calling her Smurf in team games. I mean,
I harass early game, you know. I'm like really good at harass.
So today we are going to do 3 different things. We're gonna check 1 or 2 of your games.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you an assignment, and we're gonna talk about the late game. So she has some questions for the late game.
Everything.
And yeah. Alright, so the first assignment that I'm gonna give you right here. So let me explain something actually. I explained this to her today and she loved it, so I figured might as well show it to you guys. If you have an average player, right? This is assuming her rank, Plat 3 Diamond, whatever, right? If you have an average player, and then you have like macro, you got micro, I'll just put understanding, okay? Like understanding the game, what to do, and so on and so forth. Scouting. And the last one we will do is hotkeys, keybinds, basics. So anyway, if there's like multiple stages, let's go like this. Trust me, this is gonna come out real nice.
Okay.
So this is like a level 1, this is a level 2, this is a level 3. Your average Plat 3 Diamond player is pretty equal on everything, I think. They're about like here. So this, you know, they're about 2 in macro. I would say their micro is pretty good. Scouting is okay, and then hotkey, and yeah. So basically, their understanding is pretty usually low in my opinion. Like level 1, level 2 is macro. Like they do okay, nothing special, but you know they get by. I think micro and diamond is where people start to actually like focus fire a little bit and control their units. Their scouting is so-so, it's okay, and then hotkey, keybind basics. I think most diamond players in the chat, or even Plat 3 players, you guys probably use all the hotkeys, right? Now this is Whamen's. We're gonna use, what do we use? We use fuck it, we can use
Blue. No, purple.
Green.
Okay.
What do you use green? So Whamen's hotkey and keybind basics are at 1 right now.
It's not like a 0 at least.
She uses some, but very little. Like she uses the production key hotkeys, but she does not hotkey her army. She constantly uses F2, which is a big problem. She spends a lot of time F2ing and then unremoving units from the stuff. She clicks on a lot of buildings when she makes them, which is also a problem, and wastes a lot of time. Her scouting, I would say, is probably equal to your average Plat Diamond Joe. I don't think she scouts better than them or worse. I think it's so. Scouting is a thing that's a very hard to do. You gotta be very active and understanding. I would say her understanding of things is a lot better than your like Diamond Plat player. Her micro, I think, is okay. She struggles a lot more than your average player in that league because she doesn't use hotkeys. So if she actually used hotkeys, her micro would be better. And I would say her macro is probably equal. Like she does well in the early game and later off it drops. So what we're trying to do, I don't need to spend right now more time explaining to her like this is when you push, this is when you do this. She has the knowledge to get diamond. She just needs to execute stuff better. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try to push this to be here, hotkeys and keybinds. You're not gonna learn it like in 30 minutes now, but you're gonna go practice it. And when that gets pushed up, the micro will be pushed up here a little bit, which is gonna give her, you know, on the same level or maybe even a little edge. Macro is fine, like I said, she struggles in the late game, so that's something we're gonna explain now too, hopefully improve it here. Her understanding, like I said, is fine. And then her scouting, we're not gonna touch that right now because there's a lot of things to explain in the scouting area. And we're gonna teach her like basic scouting so she knows what she's up against, so maybe that boosts her a little bit, but we're not gonna go like super in-depth scouting. She struggles specifically against like HRE in feudal all-ins, so if you can fix stuff like those so she doesn't have silly losses, then that's gonna be very, very good for her. Now, this is gonna be your assignment number 1.
We'll start right now.
So I'm gonna just show you guys what it means. I'll let her play a round or two, and then she can do this on her computer another time. So basically, this is AOE4 world www.aegis.lol.
Did Cascade make this?
No, this is AOE4 worlds. So, well, I don't know if he made it, but it's AOE4 worlds. So basically, it's a game to practice your shortcuts. So, how do I go back actually? Oops. I done goofed. So you have options and you can select restrict to which age. So we'll restrict it to feudal for now. Let's see. So
Okay.
lumber camp, outpost.
I make this so often.
So basically it starts with, you know, the answer is invisible, and then you need, you know, it slowly shows up if you can't remember. So it's a very good mini game to practice your hotkeys, and this is what she needs to do, and she needs to stop clicking on the buildings. I've noticed this especially in the late game. There's a bunch of stuff to do, and she's like clicking on the mill, and then she's clicking on the farms, and she's misclicking the farms. Remind me to show you how to do farms properly after. And that's where she loses a lot of
I don't know shit.
a lot of APM. Yeah, I know. So this is the problem, and this is why her hotkeys and bindings are very low, because she does not know most of these.
This is crazy. I'm gonna be addicted to this game.
And all this, by the way, you don't really learn it, okay?
Oh.
You don't really learn it. It's all muscle memory. So if you go, like do this, it's all muscle memory. Like I don't, stone tower. I don't build those. And the more you play this game, it will just be a muscle memory for you, and then you don't have to think about it. You just do it in the game. So
Wow.
the more you play this, and again, this is not gonna be a test where it's like, okay, cue this.
Yeah.
When you fuck up enough times,
It shows you.
you're gonna know, and this is gonna help you in the game a fuck ton. And the best part about this tool on AOE4 World, not sponsored, is that you can play this outside of the game. So you don't need to do it in the game, you can just do it outside of the game and practice. And you can also, like, let's say you don't want to practice like mill, lumber camp, and mining camp. You can exclude those, and you can include the buildings that are in Imperial or only military buildings or whatever else. It just builds muscle memory, and this is what she needs right now because, like I said, it will help her quite a bit. I'm going to link it to, I'm going to link this to you guys in the chat as well, so that you can practice.
Can't click your keyboard either. Ooh, I am over
See,
this.
for example, wall is extremely important.
Yeah.
Because walls, one of the more important things, because farms too, because they need to be put in specific positions. So if you want a wall from here to here, what she needs to do is she gets the mouse, click, like selects the worker, goes down, selects the wall, and it goes up. The more efficient way is obviously selecting villager, QX, and then building instantly. And all these things might not seem like a big deal, but they are. So this is something you're going to practice and hopefully implement into your games. And like I said, there's also stuff like you can add this. You can exclude H1. You want to try?
Oh, okay, sure.
Here's the link for you guys in the chat.
Let's do it. Oh god.
Okay. Okay, wait.
Ah, I just got you.
See? Earlier she fucked up Stonewall every single time, and already she got it. She remembered.
Oh,
Keep is another important one. Keep is a very important one. Like, if she fucks up Market, it's like, okay, whatever, you know? But, and like Stone Tower, who the fuck builds that? But like Archer Ranges, TC, Keep, Blacksmith, those are all very, very important things to do. Fast.
Oh my gosh, this is really working already.
I know.
Wow. I love this. Thank you.
Yeah. So
That's
anyway.
a lot better than before. Holy shit.
I mean, 80% accuracy. Obviously, you know, again, you're spending a little time thinking, but that's completely normal, and you'll get better and better into that. So that's number one. Number two, farms. She struggles a lot with farm placements and wastes a lot of time. And with English, you cannot waste time or farm placements. You need to do it fast and you need to do it well. So, just go high resources and start again. So I'll show you how to do it.
Sassy molding in the chat. You told me, I know.
Kill Sassy first, monk ass. Alright. So, let's send this guy there. So, when you build, first you can see like how this is a problem. Right? It's a lot of time wasted, so. And then you click.
What the fuck did you just do? Did you just hold it on top?
So, you go QW.
QW?
And then QA. So you can use shift, by the way, like you do. So for example, you like QW, or you can just place it, and then QA, but you hold shift for that, and then you right click the mill.
Yeah,
because if you do this, they're all going to go around build together, and at the end they're gonna go farm. So it's very important for you to, once you do that, you click, and then let them build.
Okay, but when I do that with my mill, like that happens.
Yeah, that's because you're not centered. So look, if I don't... See, this is what you do.
Oh.
So what you do is you on top of the mill.
Okay.
So if you do it like here, you can see even if you like, if you're not on it,
yeah,
it fucks up.
I have another question.
How do you do two farms? Okay, go for it.
Okay.
QW and then QA.
So I want to do this, and now QA. Okay, I just want to ask this one. So, do I ever, in any scenario, rather do this to optimize the space or the farms?
In the late game, no. In the early game, you can.
Okay.
In the late game, there's no time to do that.
Okay.
But if you're playing early game, so if you're playing early game, this is how you do that. You do it here so you can see better. You do it like this. And if you're adding farms slowly, the reason you do it like that.
So they say.
Yeah. You can also go an extra mile.
Even though it's gonna go away.
So you can fit 12 farms under 1 mill. And you still get the bonus. So this is something you can do in the early game. Like these ones are going to be fine. The only farms that are going to be farther away are these 4. The other ones are pretty much fine distance. Like this one is far, but it's close to DC. So this is something you can do in the early game. You can do the... So normal farms have 8 around the mill. You can do 10 that you showed, or you can do 12.
So
for the first mill.
how do I make 2 farms?
So okay, we need extra villagers for this. Should have probably built them.
I was wondering about the whole like, how do I do this with 13 villagers? Kind of thing.
Okay, so just imagine that these villagers, I have 16 villagers right now because I don't have them, so 3 or 8. So what I do is I go like this. And then I'll put 3 there and 3 here. That's it.
Okay, that's kind of what I do. Okay.
And then 8 will go there. Like, you don't need to be like specifically pressing them. Like, sometimes, like, if you build it like this, sometimes you'll pull like 4 and just select one back, you know? Like, you don't need to be exactly 3 before sending them. It's important to send another group so they don't overbuild, and now they're gonna build on their own. Oh yeah, I didn't click these on the mill. So now they're gonna go do their own thing, and yeah. So this is the same thing, by the way, for anyone in the chat. If you're not English, it's the same thing how you build around TC. You just... I can't cancel because there's farms that are done. It's the same thing. You hold QA and then you just go around the TC. That's how I build them. Do you have any other questions regarding this? Oh, another thing. When you build walls, you build a wall, you select it, tap twice, S.
For the sides.
You delete the sides, yeah.
Okay, did you go back?
So it's the same thing. It doesn't matter what kind of wall you're making, even if you're making a wall like this. I mean, now you can also do this. This is very easy to select.
Oh my god.
But if the wall is too short, that will happen. So if you build a wall like this, what might happen is if you cancel, it's going to delete. So it needs to be a certain length for that not to happen.
Okay, you can just tap twice, right? You can click the whole wall, tap twice.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can show you while in game. Another thing, if you
You're so fast.
if you build the wall, never, you don't build gate here. If you build a gate like this, it will destroy this wall. Look. The way you want to do it, you have to start, and then if you build it now, the gate will hold.
Okay.
So it's very important when you're doing a wall, let's say on this side. I'll build this so we have more villagers. So if you're building a wall like this, or whatever, like this, if you are building from this side, like this, like you don't have a lot of workers building it, and you want to build a gate here, what you do is to speed up the process. You don't look at them and wait for them, you just do this. So you don't wait for them. Another thing is, do you know how to fast wall? So if the knights are coming, you just select the villager and you just need to be in range. So the moment you click it, start moving immediately. So another reason why this is, well, it's very important, because if you get raided, if you can do this, it will sometimes save you the game. So the villager just needs to be close. He doesn't actually have to tap. So this is how. Trying not to get it. That's why it was building there, because I didn't even tap it. So now if you go, it's not going to build, right? You need to do it. So if you're walking from this side and knights are coming.
So the moment you put up those little spike, you can stay calm.
Yeah, but you need to be in range. That's why I'm constantly clicking and moving forward.
Okay, but the moment the spikies are up, they...
Yeah, so now they might try to attack this, and you have to start building.
Yeah.
So that's it. Do you have any questions?
That was crazy.
Alright.
That was actually crazy. Wow.
Alright. Second thing, you need to have... You need to start hotkeying your units. You cannot use F2. You use it all the time and you're dragging your siege. Every time you have a siege in your group that you're A-moving, you slow down the whole army. Yeah. Because the whole army goes to the speed of the slowest unit. And siege is extremely slow, so you're just slowing down your army a lot. Okay. You need to stop using F2. You need to start using select all idle army like I use. I don't use F2. And the reason for that is, well, you don't want to move random units. And another thing you can use is if you want to select all idle army, but sometimes you put like a man-at-arms somewhere to protect something, you can use patrol command so he's not AFK. And then you can use select all idle to pick up
patrol command gonna put him on attack as well?
Yeah. It's aggressive patrolling stance. So it patrols if enemy unit comes nearby.
Do you have to shift A?
No, it's D for patrol. So you click D and then just click there and it's gonna patrol up and down.
Oh.
Yeah. So the reason why I use patrol a lot is because I don't use F2, I use select all idle. So if I put my scout somewhere or whatever, if I use select all idle, it's gonna move my units that are scouting for stuff. So if you put patrol, it's technically attack moving back and forth. So it has a command and it's not gonna select that. Alright, next thing is late game.
Yo, it's a lot of information. Okay. Bombs, walls, hotkeys. And now late game.
What's your name?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh yeah, because people were sniping me.
That doesn't help with that.
They were sniping my strategies. I would get people that...
Okay, well can you go and...
Okay, just write down walls, and the other two things. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me go undo what I did.
Alright, sit down, McQueen.
The queen is ready.
Do you have any game that you remember late game? What do you consider late game? Let's go with that.
H4.
Do I even touch upon the feudal stuff or no?
You can. You just go over it. It's fine. Like my placements were probably all. My scouting was probably all.
No, I'm not gonna go on that. I'm just gonna say where you could have won the game.
Okay.
And then we'll focus mainly.
This map. I have no idea what I'm doing on this map.
This is one of the best maps for English.
Okay, I still don't know what I'm doing.
There are no sheep or very little sheep in the middle. Sometimes they don't spawn. I don't know if that's fixed. So the way you want to scout, if you spawn on this side, you scout like...
Ooh,
preferably you want to run to the middle. So middle on both sides, middle considering this, not this middle, has 2 to 4 sheep. So if you're here, you go here. If you're on this side, you go this side. You collect the sheep, you find them, you go all the way up to here. Because you can get to here faster than he can because of the... Yeah. So you get here, and then you go around, you scoop up these, and then you go up, scoop up that.
This was my first game on this map since I started this journey. I don't know if everybody usually does it.
Probably. So yeah, that's how you scout on this map. The middle, both of you are going, but there's nothing there. See the sheep you just picked up? That's the middle sheep on top, and that's what he should have picked up.
Okay. Noted.
Okay. Spanning camp there.
Okay.
So that you have more wood.
Yeah,
Harende! Okay. You need 4.
Oh, I still think I moved that guy away to build barracks.
Okay.
So
you just build barracks there. You don't need to build it forward. Okay. You're playing against a passive. Oh yeah, be careful with rally here. Because of that. So I'm assuming you rallied like. Why does that go? Okay, you send these down.
Yeah. I wonder because I didn't scout it.
You should have. Yeah, that's a mistake. So. Yeah, so you need to go for the stone. So attacking here would have been better.
Okay, so if I scouted him properly, because I didn't know which side the stone was on. That's why I said.
Yeah, you attack here for sure. You attack there, and you get the wood and the gold. Like, technically there's stone here, but you can just rotate around and attack the bottom side.
So what you're saying is that would have been the game-winning move. Huh? That would have been the game-winning move.
Well, considering he has 0 buildings for units, yeah. He wouldn't have been able to get the TC up, and then he would have lost the villagers here as well. Like right now, you can put your longbows here. This is not far enough, so if the villagers were even here, the longbows from here would shoot them, and that's game over. Yeah, that would be game over.
Instead I moved it to the bottom.
Yeah, you attack the mill, which you can just go to sheep. Just don't do much.
Okay.
I mean, still, if you idle, if you put longbow here, you can deny wood completely. Put Scott here.
Oh. And then I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, he can't defend, and he's getting more as well.
Yeah, because I'm not.
So now he went the most greed possible. No units. Now going 30C. And he's not getting pressured. Like, see, like this. If they were here, you got a scout here. Look at the scout vision. How much vision he's giving. So if he was here, you would see all the way up to here.
Interesting. And now he has
units, so now the timing is gone.
This game went on for another 40 minutes.
Yeah. So that's the thing, like, you know when people say like, oh, I don't usually make those mistakes when they play against high-level players? Like, a Conqueror player would have killed this guy with the first 5 longbows.
Yeah.
Or he would have done so much damage that he would just be fucking dead. But now he went super greedy, and now he's gonna have better eco because he's on 3 TC, you're on 2. Okay. What happened with your wood?
What do you mean?
You have so much.
I think I was spiraling at this point because my longbow is not doing any damage.
You could have, like, right now it would make more farms.
Really?
Yeah, but no.
Even with those sheep?
Well, the earlier you get to make farms, the more food you get.
Okay, but
you shouldn't wait until you're out of food to make farms.
Yeah, but I'm not. I started. My question is now: do I make farms as in?
And also, why you?
Do I just make open
you're not
farms?
making units.
Do I just make open farms that are unattended to?
What does that mean?
Like with those villagers, do I keep them
make
on
4
sheep?
farms?
Okay, and then leave the sheep as they are.
Yeah. And later on, if you're like doing something else, you can just rally them onto the sheep. Like here, like, well, first of all, the reason you have wood is because you're not making units. You're supposed to make longbow spearmen and push again. And now you're supposed to get eco upgrades, so get double broadaxe and everything. But you're not pushing, so you're floating a lot of resources, like 650. I would also build farms with these probably as well. And that's why you have so much food. Because the build that I gave you is supposed to be like make units, but
I was just
because
gonna
you're
go
not.
for castle at this point because it was like.
But you can go castle. See, that's the problem. You think you can go castle if you make units. You have 800 resources.
So that was wasted.
That could have been all army, and you could be pushing him right now. He's made 3 horsemen since last time I looked at him. So he basically made nothing, and he's going 4 TCs.
Jesus.
Oh, he has more units here. Sorry. Oh, he's stonewalled and feudal. It's funny.
I remember because I tried to send my army around to go harass him, and they kept running into his base.
Also on this map, if you're aggressive, you can wall him here. You wall him here, and you wall him here, and he is on his side of the map. So this is how the map was always played. You put some pressure, and then you wall your opponent, and then he only has this gold, and that's it. All the other gold is in the middle.
Oh yes, and this spawn. Look at my gold spawn. I remember I was steering so exactly. I only had my gold spawn there. Yeah.
And here.
Oh. Same as his. Oh,
Yeah, there's only 2 golds.
Oh my god, I was so confused. I thought there was supposed to be another gold. I was just
No.
like, how am I supposed to
So
get
that's
there?
why getting the middle is extremely important in this map.
Oh.
So, okay, let's see. So I'm not gonna you know, go on about it too much, as please do, because you said you haven't played the map, but that's how I usually play the map. And with English it's really good because usually the fights here are like very straightforward. There's not a lot of counterattacking, so English is very good for that. I mean, here he's way far ahead economically. How many? Yeah, he's 20 workers ahead already. Yeah, this is another problem that you have. That I noticed when I watched you play the other day. You run out of food, and then you have none on food, and then you're going wood, and then you're going farms, and then you're going like.
I should have had the farms already.
Like right now, look at your eco. And this is something I've noticed as well, which is also tied to late game. We do this a lot in the late game more so. Now, you don't have wood. So what you do is you grab these, you put them on wood, and then you don't have gold. So you grab these and you put them on gold. Then you don't have food. Then you grab these and you put them on food. Then you grab those and put them on stone.
Yes.
And that's you.
Guilty.
Every time you move, you're losing resources. So this is how you should do. You have 3 TCs. Put 1 TC on gold. Put 1 TC on wood. Put 1 TC on like deer, and then make farms with them.
Okay.
So that you don't drag them constantly. Because I think yesterday when you played a game, maybe it was 2 days ago against HRA, that's what happened. When I told you you need gold, is you had like 60 on food, 40 on wood, and you had 10 on gold. Then you moved the villagers from wood to gold, then you ran out of wood. Because that's when you wanted to build production, you had like 100 wood. And if you balance your economy like this, you're not going to have any issues. Because you need, as English, you need all 3 resources. And then eventually, when you feel good, when you have like 30, 25, 20, or 30, 30, 30, whatever, then you can just rally on 3 TCs when you want to make a keep to stone. You don't put 5 on stone to make a keep. You just rally over 3 TCs and you're going to get enough stone in no time. And then another thing that I do, if I don't have deer to gather, then I rally 2 TCs onto wood and 1 to gold. And then whenever I have more than 300-400 wood, I just put 8 farms. So technically one of those TCs is for food, but I just rallied onto the wood because I don't have anywhere else. I can't rally them onto the farms. And I don't want to go on bears, so...
I've noticed that as well for myself now. I put them on today. I started doing this. I put them on wood, and then the moment I have enough wood, I just pull off the villagers and go.
Yeah, you just select 8, boom, 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 farms, and you keep making villagers, and it's very easy to macro it.
Because when you pointed that out to me, I was like, oh, you gotta make a plan.
What needed worker?
Also, Sacred Side Wing is very popular here. It's
Yeah,
very
that's
easy
how
to
I
defend.
lost. Oh, not how I lost, how I almost lost, and then I lost in a different way.
This is not walled.
Yeah, I know. I was running through there over and over again.
Check W. Do you know one time in a tournament? So this is how the map is supposed to be, like every time. So one time in a tournament, there was an opening here, like right in the middle. And I think I played against a guy. And he had this spawn, but he didn't notice there's an opening, so just like came in with a shit ton of army. And he was just like, what? And I was like, I mean, it is what it is, brother. So yeah, okay, let's see. I mean, he's way farther ahead. Like, look at the eco and everything.
Oh no, I was aware. I was struggling. I was steering all
The
game.
thing is, if you balance out, are those?
No, that's both are just fine.
Oh, I was like, is that your food that smells like that, or?
No, that's just shit.
So yeah, this is why he's making a keep. So he's making a keep because he wants to take a sacred side, and I wouldn't be surprised he checked that with me.
At this point, it was gone. But it was quite funny from here. I tried my best to keep him at bay. I even went the other way and I recaptured the
Well, the funny thing is about English.
Yeah.
I think you're in a better position. No, you are. Because... How did he get his villagers through? Did you not wall off? Oh, you didn't wall this off.
I think, oh yeah, he killed my villager just
Yeah, that's not a wall. I was like, how did he get his villagers here? So the funny thing is, you're actually in a better position here because you're Imperial and you're English. And his opposite is pretty good in the late game, but English is, yeah.
Better?
This, way better. English is way better than the others, so it's not even close. English should never lose in the late game. Assuming, like, this village discrepancy is fine.
Oh.
If you're like 30 behind, that's too much.
Okay.
But this is like only 11 behind. So he stopped producing his villagers at 120, which is a mistake. So this needs to be constantly produced because it's basically you're getting free like 600-700 resources every minute and 15. So now what you do is you don't rush. Like, you don't need to rush. There's no rush. Nothing's happening. You need to wall off this, by the way, preferably with stone walls. So what you do here is you put a tower for attack speed. You use the Z formation so that your units are in a line. And then you put this tribe on the keep and you slowly rinse it down.
Even though he has a lot more army than I do.
Another thing that I noticed, I just remembered. You do not get upgrades in time or in the right order. So what I mean by that is, I was watching her play yesterday, I think. That's where all these like things came up. When you age up, you get the wrong upgrades very often that don't give you a lot of impact.
Okay. Tell me what is good.
When you hit Imperial, the first upgrade, chat, what is the first upgrade we get is English?
The farming thing.
This immediately. This upgrade pays off if you have like 30 farms in like 20 seconds. It's insane, and it's the most broken thing about this. Is the reason why English is broken. Pro Scout. So you get this first. What is the second upgrade you get? Let's say you have 1,500 gold. You get this. That's 350. What is the next thing you get?
I upgrade my ranged units.
Perhaps,
and
but no.
My men-at-arms.
You upgrade, yes, but not always. You upgrade what you have the most. So right now, this is what I noticed you do. Look at your army. What I noticed you do, select the barracks and you click Spearman Men-at-Arm upgrade. What are you upgrading? You have none.
Those two, they're gonna have these strong sticks.
Yeah, so the first thing you upgrade is longbows in this case.
Because I have the most of it.
Or if he has a lot of men-at-arms and you're like, oh shit, I gotta make crossbows. First you upgrade crossbows. So that's something that I noticed you do. You kind of go like, there was a game against HRE and your army was men-at-arm crossbow and like 5 longbows. And you select archer ranges, and you did this. And then you had like 30 men-at-arms, but your 5 longbows were upgraded because the upgrades cost 700 gold.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, the Imperial ones. And you did the same in Castle. So these are big mistakes, very big. But they're very easily fixable.
Yeah.
You need to, all you do is select your army and be like, okay, 16 longbows, and let's say you have 40 men-at-arms. What do I upgrade first? Let's say I'll give you a situation. He has a lot of archers, right? Let's say he has 40 archers and 20 men-at-arms, and you have 30 men-at-arms. The first thing you upgrade is men-at-arms, Imperial, and you upgrade ranged armor because he has a lot of archers.
Question. What is better? In like when I only have an X amount of gold, would I rather get the upgrade for age 4 men-at-arms or ranged armor? If he has a bunch of archers.
If you have 10 men-at-arms, 10 longbows, 10 crossbows, 10 spears, it's better to get blacksmith upgrades. Okay. But if you have 20, it's better to get the other ones first.
Interesting.
And also it depends how many ranged units he has. If he has 15 archers, I would probably, even with 10, I would probably go unit upgrade first. But if his army is like 40 archers, that is your #1 priority.
Okay.
Same thing. if this is your army, your number one prior right now is upgrading range crossbow versus his thing, +1 damage, not +1 armor, because you don't have any melee units. So you outrange him with longbow, so you get more value by getting +1 attack on ranged. Another thing is, if you plan to dive under keeps, you need +1 ranged armor.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to bring this up during this, because, and I didn't tell you that yesterday when I watched the games, because this is very important to explain. This is something you always get. This is no matter what. If you're fucking sinking, you have to get this, because it's OP. I mean, if you don't get it, you're just sinking further and further. But the unit upgrades depends on which units you have, which units the opponent has, right? Like, why don't you make a stable and upgrade there? Because you don't have any cavalry. So it's the same thought process for this. If opponent is making a lot of knights, he's transitioned to mine knights. Even if you have 1 spear, but you have like 8 barracks, it's okay to upgrade spearmen and pump out more spears. Because if you upgrade longbows against knights, you're not going to get a lot of value. So you have to think about it that way. Another thing is, the thing you struggle with, here you have decent production. So this is not bad for production considering you just entered Imperial. But you had a lot of issues in pretty much every single one of your games that I've seen.
Everyone I lost.
She gets Imperial and it's 30 minutes and she's running off of 3 barracks, council hall and 2 archer ranges. And she can't spend the money. So she wins the fight and then the guy remakes and kills her. Because she has like 60 units in queue. And part of this problem is you dragging your villagers back and forth, because you never have, you either have resources for production but no resources for making units, or you have resources for units but you have no production.
Yeah.
So if you have, like right now, I would take probably 16 or 24 of these villagers and make farms, because 29 is not enough. You want about 60 farms with English. And then everything else, I would add extra production. Another trick that you can use.
How many villagers do you make then compared to army?
I go for like 150, but I think you probably want at least 120 to 130.
Okay.
I wouldn't suggest 150 because you need to know how to play with that few units. So I'd probably say 130 is a good number to have.
You can just keep pumping them out.
So another trick that everyone can use, no matter what civ you play, if you, especially with English, because you get free fucking food and free gold. So right now, the reason you shouldn't be making longbows or siege at this very moment, like you make trebs with this, right? But what you want to do is make men-at-arm crossbow or hand cannoneers, so that all your wood is going into production. So if you had like 40, 50, 60 farms now, you use all the wood, you get 6 more barracks, 6 more archer ranges. And then you can start using your wood for last tier upgrades, for university, for more towers, for more whatever. You need to make sure you're set up so you can spend your resources. Because a lot of people see a mangonel and they're like, well, that's it, I guess I can't attack. That's it, there's a mangonel in the field. The meta at the high level now is going early siege is very bad because you can just run into it and kill it.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting
If he has this army in a mangonel and I have 40 men at arms, how is he going to defend it? He can't. You can literally take 10, right click mangonel, it's going to die. And you're going to then win the fight because you have way more units than him in general. Because siege is extremely expensive. Siege only comes when you like need to break something or he has too many ranged units and you can protect your siege. If you can protect your siege, like if the opponent is doing mass lancers or knights and you have men-at-arm longbow, you cannot protect your siege with that. So if you make a siege unit, he's just gonna click it and it's gonna die. But if your army comp is like 30 spearmen crossbow and then he has knights and crossbows, then you can easily make mangonels because he can't kill them anymore. Then he has to go spraying alls and shit, and yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, tower here would be really good because it would give you vision and attack speed. He's building a gate here.
Even though he's moving around, right?
Also, another good thing, like this is where I rally all my 3 TCs onto stone, so you can build a keep. Oh yeah, you don't have... Yeah, so this is the problem with this map, and you will realize the suffering of this map very quickly. This is the problem. Now he has an advantage. So, assuming you could mine this, you're ahead. But, because he denied you of the gold, you have 0 on gold, and there's no more gold. And this is something that comes with just playing this map more. It's... every map has, like, more small golds, so you don't really run out of gold ever this early. It's 22 minutes and you're out of gold.
Yeah.
So that's something that, knowing that, you can transition to earlier farms.
Yeah.
So even if you get in this situation, you can still win just by having farm gold. Yeah. I know. Because it's A moved with the other units and it's constantly trying to retard. Do you know how projectiles work? Mangonel projectile. Do you know how to dodge mangonel shots? I'll show you. That's something that can help you because English has a lot of ranged units in general. You're moving your units a lot trying to dodge the mangonel, but you're losing a lot of DPS in your units. If you had attack speed aura here, these fights would go so much more favor. You need this constant. I mean, you have been. You have 3 or 4. No, you actually lost 1, so you have 5. So that's a pretty good number. This is something that would be really good for you. Look how many he has. Also, if you're running on mass men at arm, which you're not right now, you're making spearmen, but there's no cavalry, so that's a mistake. But this is very important if you're running mass men at arm. Where's your barracks? Yeah. Like right now, because you don't have gold, the most valuable units you can make is just pure men at arm. But they cost 20.
Oh,
so you can make 50 men at arm per 1,000 gold. And also this, of course. And crossbows. Crossbows are also pretty cheap on the gold. It's 40 on them. Like right now, I would use my wood. I would get 40 more farms probably. If you don't have gold, you can go up to 80 farms just for the gold. You're gonna have way too much food, but just for the gold. And then you can use your wood to produce siege and use your gold food for crossbows or hand cannoneers and then make men at arm. Also, where's your... Do you have siege workshop? When you have this many trebs, you need these two. This is one of the most OP things about English. If you have this, then what you do is you put a keep, and then you just aim with these. They do AOE damage now. You just aim move, like if 4 trebs hit here, they can kill like this many units. And he should never, not will, but he should never be able to kill them because they outrange Springles. So, for example, at a high level, people that know how to micro your siege really well, if you go like 8 trebs, you can kill Springles with it. Because he pushes forward, gets to this spot, let's say, and then the keep starts shooting. He goes back, and then you turn around with trebs, and they'll fire and kill Springle. So the only way to kill them is to dive them with like knights or whatever. And you're slowly winning by doing nothing, just standing there as you do. I wish I had a game to show you.
So now secret sides are different. Oh my gosh, shit. Then I realized at the top, there was shenanigans going up here. I was like, okay, fuck, I need to get rid of that one. So
like here what I would do is What? Okay, you have a trap. Yeah, 1 trap or 2 traps, you just get this down.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then, also, even if there's a keep, just run 20 man-at-arms here.
Oh, I couldn't. There's a stone wall. So that's why I'm trying to chop through.
Yeah, but I mean, if you break this, you can run, doesn't matter there's a keep. You can also just destroy this and run into his farms.
I didn't even think about that.
Also, you have too many longbows at this point. Like, your army should be almost pure gold.
Yeah, I just didn't have gold.
But if you do have pure longbow, you need this upgrade.
Yeah.
This is the strongest upgrade, but usually you want to get this for your men-at-arms.
Almost ill.
No, I'm not gonna have it.
Where are you spending your gold? You're producing a lot of longbows.
Yeah. And then he bought fire arrows, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have fire arrows.
The problem is your longbows are like doing no damage to these men-at-arms, and he's just farming his archers.
But at the top side, I was wrecking havoc. I was like, I might as well as bitches, but going in.
I mean, now again, if you like, what you can also do is make like 10 barracks here and just rally them into the farms. Like the thing is, he has no counter to men-at-arms, which is funny. You're making spears. Where do you spend your money? Oh, you queued up 3 of these. Like, men-at-arms here would 100%, even from this position, would push him back. Because he has 7 crossbows and that's it. Yeah.
No.
Those are all the things you can do
Thank
better.
you, I appreciate it. That was a lot.
Alright. So, I need someone in custom game. The good thing is, like I said, all these things that you are messing up are very easy to fix.
Okay. Or not clicking.
Alright, Sassy, just make mangonels. Yeah, I want to show you the mangonel dodging, because I noticed every time you see a mangonel shooting, you move your whole army. Yeah. That's, no bueno.
Press C and then...
So, when a mangonel shoots, okay, Twitch chat, pay attention. Hold on, Sassy. When a mangonel shoots, if I'm here, it's gonna shoot the first target, which is here. So it's gonna land there. The mangonel shoots. So, okay, Sassy, just shoot at my units. Just shoot, like, just aim move. I'm not gonna move. So it's gonna shoot here, and it's gonna do damage. Alright? Amazing, right? You can shoot again. So now, if I wait for it to shoot and then move, oh my god, Sassy. And then move, I dodge the shot. Now, let me show you something else. If you move, now I'm not gonna touch micro. That's gonna hit me. Do you know why? Because the way siege works is it's following the trajectory where you're going. So shoot again. So now if he shoots, it's gonna hit like here in front. Go for it. See that? So if he shoots, he's gonna shoot as like a trajectory. So you can dodge it. And it works anyway, right? It doesn't matter if you're moving forward or you're moving backward. So if I move forward, same thing. Obviously the range is lower, but you can dodge it. So technically you can kill this with this one boost. You don't even need to do that.
Oh, he's messing up!
Oh, he's messing up! No, Mamma la Micra! Mamma la Micra! Oh no! Mamma!
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
But you get the idea. Now, when you have like this, there's another thing you can do. This is, you don't need to do this or learn it. I just want to show you like the possibilities you can do. All right, Sassy, just shoot with 2 mangoes. One like on the leftish side and one on the wherever. Just shoot him at the different archers. So sometimes you're in a fight, and if you aim move, you will see where they're shooting. Right, you can visually see where he's gonna shoot. Okay, that was prematurely moved. So if you have, I'll make it read. If you have like a stack, you can pre-split them. So, hold on. Obviously, if you get caught off guard, by the way, the best thing to do is what you've been doing. Like, if you see a mango now, like, don't risk it, just do this, right? But you can still, you know, you can still pre-split a little bit or move them away to minimize the damage. Like, right now he's gonna shoot there, you see? Now only one gets hit. Because in the late game, you're not gonna have time to fuck around. See? But you can see where they're gonna go, so you can actually kill mangoes with longbows with. I don't think so. They got 20 armor, so.
Yeah, but
Crossbows don't have that much. So, yeah, so if another thing is just right click one of the groups of these units. So just imagine that this is a battle, and you can see he's gonna go for those. So you can attack with these 2 and then move that. Because most of the guys, especially in lower leagues, they're not gonna constantly switch sides, right? They're not gonna do that. So if he clicks on this one, what you can also do is take these 4, attack one of the groups, whichever one. Just right click on one of the archers. So I'll show you what I mean. So now you can just take these and run them, and you attack with the other ones. They're not gonna all constantly correct their attack target, and that's something you can do as well. Like, they're not gonna do that. So if they right click on an archer, he's just gonna follow that, and they're gonna run into your units and stuff. This is something that you can also do with like trebs. If you see the guy coming with springs and you're shooting at the keep, if you move back the trebs and then shift Q with your own springolds, he might run into your springolds. So yeah. Where should I heal? But sometimes if you get caught like this, shoot with both on my army. So if you're running down and you just hear this, oh, they didn't shoot at the same time. So I moved after one of them shot. You see? The reason why the second one hit me is because the first one I moved after he shot. The second one I was already moving, so the trajectory followed the units. And also, you can always do this, right? Like if he's...
I love how you just get upgrades.
You can also do this. Well, you can lock them down. If you do it properly. No. This is advanced micro for Twitch chat. This is not something you need to learn. This is how you surround siege guys. You go like this. So let's say you have these 13 and there's a mango shooting. You go like this. You dodge a little bit. You pre-split. You surround it. You remove the pre-split. And now it's stuck.
Oh
What if the opponent uses ground attack? Then he is probably Conqueror 3 and you have bigger problems. I really doubt that anyone except like top Conqueror 3 is using ground attack.
What is ground attack?
So, can you show her what ground attack is, Sassy? Just use it, not on my unit, just use it anywhere. It's basically you can tell it to attack anywhere. So technically, if I do that micro trick, right, this is like a 10 hit. If I move here and then I want to dodge, what he can do is pre-target here, so when I think that he's gonna... Right, but...
You guys are sneaky and Conqueror. God damn.
Like that. But usually... This is where it's made here. So yeah, there it is. Thank you, Sassy, for helping. So there's a lot of those things you can do, but yeah, people don't do the ground attack unless it's like, it's literally a mangonel versus range units, because there's always so much shit you need to do. You don't have time to fucking try to... Another thing you can do if you have the mangonel trebs, you can shift click on the units. So if you notice like 3 packs like this, and we'll end it there. If you have like this and they're shooting, what I like to do is I take my mangonel and I shift Q and, or attack this one, then this one and this one. So when the moment when this one dies, the other ones will either be super low or dead. Then it just shoots the next clumps of units. Because if you just aim move it, what's gonna happen is if there's man-at-arms or spearman, it's gonna shoot like one guy. So, yeah.
As someone said, they're Conqueror 1 and they use ground attack.
Well, if you didn't use it, you'd be Conqueror 3. It's true. You're wasting your actions on something that's very minor. Very minor. Like that's like trying to build. So I'll compare this, like, you know how some players, this happens in low leagues a lot, like I'm talking bronze, they put their houses real pretty, you know, like they're all together, and that's very good, but that's why they're bronze, because they're paying attention to their houses being pretty. Like, look at my base when I'm playing, it looks like a fucking disaster, because I just make buildings wherever, right? And if you waste your actions where you could be using them somewhere else, then that's not very optimized gameplay. If you came to a point where you're doing everything perfect, there's nothing you can do better, then you should use ground attack. Otherwise, no. Like, you know when ground attack is good? If you're on one side of the wood line and you have no vision, you can attack with ground attack into the wood line and kill the villagers.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that.
So that's good. Ground attack works in Fog of War. That's important to tell you. Because, have you noticed sometimes with your trebs, when you attack a keep and they just stand there? Because you lost vision and they just stand. If you ground attack, they attack in Fog of War.
Oh, I love that.
So, that's a tip for everyone. If you're playing English or any other civ, if you use trebs, you should use ground attack on keeps, because if you lose vision, they will still ground attack the whole time. Amazing. I think that was a pretty good lesson, I would say.
Damn. Like, damn.
I think you got a lot of info there. And today, guys, we didn't focus a lot on the gameplay. We focused on the late game. But usually we do like replay analysis, why exactly you lost, not why we're here today. Next time, when we do it, in probably in 3-4 days, maybe after New Year's, we'll see. We're gonna do HRE, the thing that I mentioned. We could have done that today, but we have no time. We're going to get an HRE to play against her, and I'll live spectate, and I'll ask HRE to do a certain build that she struggles with, and then I'll play against the same person. And the reason why I'm going to play against the same person and not higher league, so that she can see against her level what you can do and how you should play in order to defend that.
I do believe that you have made me reach new heights. But in summary, Twitch chat, what are the 4 things you've learned today that are not ground attack? Go for it.
It's actually not burger. Hotkeys, okay.
Hotkeys, yes.
That's it. Aegis.
What's
Z-Meal.
Aegis?
That I still suck. Okay. That I'm a noob. Okay.
Pro scouts.
Stop sniping women and get a better hobby.
Such a good thing.
But anyway, that's gonna be it. So yeah, the next one we're gonna do more replay analysis, and I want you to give me for next time. Work on those things, and you're going to prepare 3 matchups that you struggle the most. Or it doesn't have to be matchup. It can be like the HRE build that you struggle against. It can be like Malians this or Malians in general, and another matchup to see which one you struggle with. And we're gonna go through Whamen's win rates. See what's up there. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. I hope Whamen learned something new. Yeah, she's, like I said, she's Plat 3 right now. The goal was Diamond, which I think she will reach. After that, I am not sure if she's going to keep playing. We actually talked about it today. Maybe she'll keep playing after, maybe she won't.
No, I will keep playing. Don't make it sound like I'm gonna quit.
No, I mean like...
Quit the challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all about like... I need to take those 10 days off and then come back. And I'm super sad because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be like silver.
It's okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Twitch gamers, let's keep going.